I like that.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna
Who
be fun,
owns
man.
that game?
We can reach out. We'll reach out and
So are
find out.
so we trying to get affiliated with them?
Hey, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. If we don't affiliate it, we want to be partners. We want to be partners at the end of the day. That's what we want to do. We want to be partners because affiliates is you don't make no bread off of that, and different type of thing. But in any case, let's get this thing going. Let's go.
You're listening to the Hot Seed Podcast.
The Hot Seed.
Welcome all. I'm Shawn, along with my co-host Earl,
Yo,
Dave.
Yes, sir. Almost forgot what I said.
And you guys know what it is. We're just dads with mics, gamers with headsets, and a whole lot of unfiltered conversation. And as always, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the Hot Seed Podcast, and on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, man. Yeah, all those cool things. And let's start the show right, because it's been a while. It's been a few months there. We want to welcome our newest partner, and that being DUBBY Energy Drink. They are based out of Laguna Beach, California. It's an energy drink, man, that gives you great flavor, keeps you locked in, focused, whether you are a creator, streamer, gamer, whatever it is that you do. And we are all three of those things as well. No sugar added in these guys here, so you can avoid the jitters and all the angst and everything else in between. And to make it even better, because I know there's a ton of energy drinks out there, you can start off with just a sample pack. So you get 3 different flavors, and you will actually get a exclusive DUBBY shaker bottle. And at the same time, get 10% off your purchase when you enter the Hot Seed Podcast. So that's going to be dubby.gg. You can look at the notes in the link in the show notes, rather, and check them out, man. Especially if you guys like us, whether you're a hardcore gamer, you're doing like the off season like we do, you're killing zombies like Dave and Earl does. All that is in between, man. So again, official partner of the Hot Seed Podcast, DUBBY Energy Drink, man. Thank you, and thank you. Gentlemen, welcome back. How are we doing?
Hey,
I missed you. I'm just saying.
Feels good to be back, man.
I missed you. Yeah.
Yo, you've been gone for a little bit. When I forgot I had a backdrop and all that type of stuff. Like, I had to get myself together. I was like, oh yeah, I do it through the headphones and all that. Get my lights right.
Man, look, So me being on the producer side, so I get all like the stat stuff from Buzzsprout and everything like that, and they're like, hey, this is your Buzzsprout recap for the week, and it shows me the shows that have been listened to. And then that reminder is like, hey guys, you guys have a podcast that you're responsible for 165 episodes plus. People are still listening. Bring your asses back. So again, thank you for being patient with us. Life be lifing, but it happens. But welcome back. Welcome back. And as my man Kaleo would say, there's probably going to be a lot of fancy language. There's always fancy language in our in our shows. But welcome the fuck back, folks. We welcome. Master Earl, first of all, I love the t-shirt. Not sure how I feel about the glasses. You set yourself up for it. I do apologize. I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care what you feel about when you've been working in front of a computer, like literally for. I'm gonna say this, between school and just the summertime, because I've been working from home, but like I'm building the curriculum.
Right.
Yo, when you literally sitting here for 8 hours out the day, nah.
You know the funny part? I'm gonna tell you some shit. This look, again, this is what we do. And you see the tagline, guys. It says unfiltered conversation. So as you get older, a lot of people, they go with like readers and bifocals and stuff like that. That's funny. But we've all heard this, and I apologize. So, in your young adult lives, you may have had a father to say to you, hey, you've been in that bathroom a long time. You mess around and go blind. You can fill in the blanks for yourself. But I never went blind from that. It went blind from watching these goddamn laptops all these years, and now we got glasses everywhere. I'm the lone guy to not have glasses so far. Storytelling and added glasses over the last year. Earl got them there. You ain't got to worry about me. No glasses coming from me. I can't hear shit, but I can see everything. I'm just saying. It's gonna be a fun show tonight, man.
Mine ain't even just about seeing. Right, it took away my headaches.
That too.
Mine it has nothing to do with seeing. It just it takes the wear and tear off of your eyes, like
True.
At a computer. These ain't no prescription in these jobs. It's blue. It's like blue.
Not the blue light blocking. The blue light.
Not to do a teaching session, but most of the time when they tell you, they say most people wait too long to get glasses.
Mm-hmm.
The strain that it actually puts on your eyes, the things that you do all throughout a day. Between looking at a TV screen, looking at a computer screen, looking at a phone, all those things. So it's not about you being able to see, but
it's preventative, in some ways.
So soon as he put that joint on, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is how it's supposed to be.
But you know what? And I think we also get to the point where you just like, yo, you getting older. So your body ain't working like it used to. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't, bro. Like, have y'all woken up recently? Like, the other night I was in bed and we got new sheets. We got new sheets on the bed. Yeah, there's nothing better than new sheets. Like, them shits feel crisp. You put them through the initial wash. You get in there, like, I'm sorry about you guys, but I want less clothes powerful. I ain't naked, but I need to have my skin on.
I understand.
I need to have my skivvies on. I need to feel the sheets. So I'm laying there on my back, and I ain't gonna lie to you, for all those, I'm a guy that battles goddamn acid reflux. So I sleep on a wedge pillow, bro.
Yo, so, where'd you? My bad. Sidebar.
Yeah.
Where'd you get yours
old from? Real quick.
I think we got this shit. I think I got this shit. You know what's crazy? That's the same shit I'd have had from Bed Bath & Beyond, son. And that's just fucking fantastic.
Nah, I need to. So
where'd you get your walker from?
Yeah,
right. Shut up. Nah, because I have acid. It's actually been much better.
Yeah,
because I sleep on it. I got to sleep on the incline.
Right. So I'm sleeping on my back, incline. Everything feels fine.
Yeah.
At some point during the night, brother, and this probably goes back to your infancy, because most babies, they sleep on their stomach. Keyword, babies. I am 45 years old. So I'm sleeping on my back, feeling good. Sheets feeling fantastic. At some point during the night, I fucked around and turned over and laid on my stomach. Now, mind you, I'm telling you, I'm sleeping on an inclined pillow at a 45-degree angle. So now if you imagine your head, your body is no longer laying on the actual mattress.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally, the time was 3:43 in the morning. Nigga, I feel like Bane was folding me in half. My back was like, what are you doing? Because I'm laying on my stomach, but I'm completely like this. Man, I woke up, got out of bed, made coffee. I was up for the rest of the day because that shit hurt like hell. I'm like, it was not, this is the part of the conversation, guys, that you might want to tune out for if you are under the age of 40. I'm just gonna let you know that right now.
I'm about to say, it just got old quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's real. I will say though, sleeping on the incline has been so much better because I remember when my acid reflux or I got GERD. So
that's it. That is the most oldest niggerish thing I've heard in quite some time.
I mean, that's acid reflux. GERD.
It's like gout, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's what you got is GERD. It's what it's called. But
I want to say they have GERD. It's like somebody saying, "Hey, you got the sugar." No, you diabetic. No, you got the sugar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, GERD. Nah, because I would wake up, but it wouldn't wake me up. I wouldn't wake me up in the middle of the night or nothing. But I get up, in the morning, and my throat would be like on fire, and then my chest would be like I be having to like trap gas that I gotta burp out. So that's why I be eating.
You do that on the pod though. So
nah, but that's it's I think the certain foods that I eat that I had to chill out on, like I guess it prompted or evoked it a little bit.
All that damn garlic you be chewing?
Nah, I chew ginger. I chew the ginger because of
garlic.
that.
My bad.
Nah, I chew the ginger because of that, because it helps, you know what I'm saying, like get it out because it be trapped there or whatever. So
I'm sorry for everybody who thought we were cool when we just, debuted our new partnership with DUBBY energy drink, and we come up here sounding like the oldest motherfuckers. We need some other
stuff. Hey, you know what, man? I got them growth pains. You ain't got no growth pains.
Man, look, we'll take some other partnerships too, man. Shit, we'll take some other partnerships.
What I'm doing? Let me tell you what I'm doing right now. Watch this. If they want to sponsor us, Tea Tree, right? I'm soaking my feet right now.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm doing. I'm soaking my feet.
This is really getting old.
And when I came on here,
this is really
I can't see.
Getting old.
This is Tiger Balm. Okay. I had to rub it on my shoulder. Not too long I was outside working out, did a little boxing.
Now you see why we had to have all.
I did a little boxing workout, and you know what I'm saying? Did my speed bag, my heavy bag.
We trying to live.
Just a pull up, some dips. My shoulder hurting a little bit.
Oh man,
wow.
We're old. We're old.
Wow.
We're definitely old, and it's okay though, because we're talking about stuff that makes us sound old, kind of like the person that we want to talk about in our first topic. Our old ass president. So, and this is something I got put on to after the fact. So I apologize if I'm not as well versed in this as whatever, but just about reading over it, I'm like, what the hell? So apparently, our current president, Donald Trump, decided to write a executive order. Now, somewhere along the line, this is like when someone tells you that you have the power to like just give out like infractions, because I feel like everything that's come about has always been a executive order with him. It ain't been like no voter. Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna write some shit up and I'm gonna put it out here. So per an executive order establishing the council, he established a sports council, which is tasked with advising the president and recommending actions on a number of fronts, including challenges in school-based programs that reward excellence in physical education, fitness goals for American youth, with the aim of fostering a new generation of healthy, active citizens, and strategies for reestablishing the presidential fitness test. I will say this, though, before y'all go into it. I don't know if y'all remember. Do y'all remember the presidential fitness test? Do you remember that? Where you got the actual patch and everything? Yeah. I like that part.
That was, but that was before my time.
I like that. So you had to do.
You're going back to the DARE days and everything.
Yeah, man. I remember you had to do push-ups, and this is crazy. I had no idea at the time that I was doing this test. This was a prelude to my ass joining the goddamn military, because it's the same damn test. You did push-ups, you did sit-ups, you did the V-sit, and you did, at the time, we did the 1 mile run. The V-sit. So when you sit on the ground and you have your feet spread wide, and you see how far you can stretch to reach like the ruler. So pretty much testing your flexibility at the end of the day.
So I don't know if it was called.
But you end up getting a red patch, a blue patch. Those are the two patches I remember. If you got presidential, you got blue, I think. And if you got like, I think the other one was like, I might be stating it wrong, but like I think it's like national, something like that. You end up getting red or something like that. But we did this shit in middle school.
Nah, I don't remember no patches, but I do remember.
Wow. Okay.
Nah, we ain't get no patches. But what I do remember is we had to do like physical tests in gym. So like we ran, we had to run, I forget, maybe a mile, but it was like laps around the basketball court. Then they had to pull up bar. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had a rope in my gym. We just had the pull up bar, and then you had push ups, sit ups, and I think that was it. But like those, you had to do those things. You know what I'm saying? And you hated that day in gym, because like, damn, we ain't gonna be able to play basketball or nothing, wallsies or whatever. dodgeball.
I did this joint at South Morrison, and actually, you know what's crazy? I'm thinking about it. Right, it wasn't even middle school; it was elementary school. South Morrison Elementary School, and if you met a certain criteria when running your 1 mile, you actually got to be able to decorate and color your. It was a shoe, it was a cutout, tennis shoe, whatever, and you can, you put it up on the wall for like the fastest 1 miles. So in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, man, we had 5th graders. Shout out to my man Robert Booth, man. He ran a 1 mile, 5th grade now, so this will put us probably 10 or 11,
10.
like 6 fucking minutes, bro. Now I think him and his brothers end up running track when we got to high school, but a 1 mile in 6 minutes, which was crazy. I still remember that joint as clear as day, bro. Damn,
it's pretty daggone good,
right? But it was something that, that was that fitness test. So that part, from reading this really quickly,
get to the real part of the story.
Yeah.
But there's people who apparently Donald Trump decided was part of this council that ain't even realized they were part of this council, and they were like, nah. One of the biggest names on here was one Saquon Jerome Barkley. Jerome is not his middle name. I just made that shit up. But Saquon was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm not part of this. And that's because, he, in the offseason, he did spend time playing golf with former President Barack Obama and Donald Trump at the Maryland Golf Club in October. He actually had a White House visit with the Eagles, but he was like, nah, I'm not part of this council. And also including part of that is one Roger Goodell, Nick Bosa. I don't know if they know they're part of this. Tua, Harrison Butker, Jack Nicklaus, Wayne Gretzky, Bryson DeChambeau, and the one and only Lawrence Taylor.
Triple H too.
Yeah, Triple H too. So I don't.
So there's one black person.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna say you talk about this here.
Is there?
I wasn't gonna go there.
Oh, I'm going all the way there. You just wait.
I mean, you gonna hear what I gotta say with this.
So
I told you what I told you.
We talking fitness to kids, and I love wrestling. But do I need to really talk about how we got fit on the Triple H side, or I love football.
I mean, they still in shape.
Hold on now. I love football. I know, Gatorade is the one thing that us as coaches was like, hey, drink your Gatorade, you good. But when you look at Lawrence Taylor, he didn't have Gatorade. He had a different type of Gatorade. And you're talking about kids being fit. I'm just gonna leave that one there. What y'all got, bro? Well, I fuck around and get myself in trouble. Yeah,
I can go. I ain't gonna be quick. I'm just gonna be quick. I'm not mad at the initiative. Like I think they should bring it back because these little motherfuckers don't work out. They lazy as shit, and they just, as a nation, we just unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? They also, if they're gonna do that as an additive, we need to go ahead and really look at the food because they're killing us with this food. But that's a whole nother conversation.
I mean, they need extra energy to make sure that they grab some of that DUBBY.
Yeah, but we need real food, not this bullshit that they feeding. But
missed the whole layup I just gave them.
Yeah, I did. So I'm fine with it. The other part that I got an issue is I'm just like, I don't know why he is focusing on this. Let the states deal with that. Like you have other things you need to be focusing on. Now, to get to the I'm only going to talk about one person that was there. Saquon only, I felt like didn't come just because he was in training camp. He wasn't making no stand in that. He in training camp, so he ain't come. I'm an avid Giants fan, just like my brother Dave. And once I saw LT there, and I didn't watch I just saw a clip. And when that fool said, I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here to serve you. I said, yo, this nigga is on that sugar booger. That's first and foremost. And I'm like, secondly, it's like, you remember watching Apollo?
Same man.
Yeah, but you just remember watching Apollo and you see these cats get up there. You don't know them from a can of paint, but the ones that's trash, you embarrassed. Or if a black person get up there and perform in front of others, you don't know them, but they are a reflection of you. Just embarrassed. That's what that is. He's like the family member that's on drugs that everybody just like, yo, go get your uncle, man. Like, go get your uncle. He about to cut up. Like, go get him. Like that. And then he got to be. I really need him to get his stuff together, bro. That's all I got.
All right, let me get in here. We've been a little bit too nice.
There's three of us, man. We gotta set you up. That's the layup, bro.
As far as the actual testing and stuff like that, and even on the RFK Jr. side of things, of pulling some sugars and dyes and stuff out of the food and stuff like that. Okay, definitely see the agenda. That's fine. Couple things that bother me, and it's just the lies that are just right out there in front of everyone's face, and no one says anything. It's just like, oh, we're good. The stories he tells about friendships and this person and that person. He had Triple H up there. He was telling this long behind story about Triple H. Didn't even know who Triple H was and where he was in the. He thought he didn't show up, and Triple H was standing right next to him.
So you
and his own vice president had to kind of like he's right there because he was talking about him as if he wasn't there, but he's right there next to him. And he's like, oh yeah, and then he grabs his arm. And he's like, yeah. So he goes that way with it. Secondly, you're doing this big rollout. Wouldn't you already confirm who's already on the council beforehand? So for the whole Saquon thing to even happen, that's pretty foolish. That means you're just throwing names out there and hoping it sticks. Now, let me just get to the Lawrence Taylor side of things.
Oh man.
When I saw the whole thing happen, I swear to you, all I heard was, "Welcome to the WB." like this guy is really about to start Tambo out there. It was that bad. There's no exaggeration. I swear to you, SNL was about to come out of like their off time and be like, "Nah, we got to do a special episode because we don't even have to rewrite anything. Just who's gonna play Lawrence, who's gonna be Trump." It was bad, bro. It was such a bad look. Now, let me also throw out one last thing. That's why I said diehard Giants fan. Love LT when he played in the game and things like that. This is for the youth, right?
Yeah.
You do know that Lawrence Taylor is a registered sex offender.
Well, I mean, he in good company though.
I got you, but I want you to think about this.
Yikes!
This is what we're putting together. We have the Epstein files that we're trying to pull out.
Don't get us canceled.
You got old boy. Lord. It just is what it is. You got old boy who is fighting for certain things not to come out, and you put together a youth sports council, and one of the main people is a registered sex offender that did drugs.
Who don't know why he's there.
I mean,
but he's there to serve.
Who is surrounding you? Who are these yes people, man? Like, no one is telling you whether you're for this guy or not. You're telling me there's no one there going, I don't think that's going to be right. Let's just, there's plenty of sports people we can get. Let's just, there's so many people we can get. That was a no. It overshadowed. Think about it. Everything we're talking about right now overshadows the real purpose of the damn council.
Right.
It overshadows the
especially the part when Saquon was like, I didn't know I was part.
What are we talking about?
I didn't know I was part of this.
He's sitting there like, I don't even know why I'm here.
What
are we talking about?
Yeah, no, he didn't know. He didn't know. He literally did not know that he was part of said council. Like
It's ridiculous, bro.
And what he actually said was, he said, you know, I feel like I'm going to be super busy, so me and my family thought it would probably be in the best interest not to accept that. I was definitely a little shocked when my name was mentioned.
But that's what I'm saying. He mentioned it when he's rolling it out.
Yeah,
this was no discussion.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, hold up. I didn't know I was part of this.
They flew LT out that day. Like they drove him out there that day.
Yeah.
They picked him up wherever he was at. Was like, yo, you got something nice.
I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here to serve you.
Oh, just let it go. Let it go.
I don't know. It, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting, man, because folks just be saying stuff, and it's interesting because we're gonna go into the next topic because folks be saying stuff, and you know. And sometimes you just gotta ask.
What did you say? Say it again. Say something else. What did you say? What the hell did you say?
So of course,
that's cute.
Shawn, Earl, Dave. This podcast was started off of our Xbox Live conversation, and last night, and we're recording this.
This is definitely what did you say?
August 5th of 2025, and last night we got into a pretty stringent conversation around a certain individual, of course, over Xbox Live, and the conversation started before we even get to that part.
The individual,
yeah, it started off with, have you guys been paying attention to, if you sports like us, the conversation has been happening between Cam Newton, Ryan Clark, Gillie, and it somehow Charleston White, Johnny Manziel, you know, they're the back end of it, but it really centered around Cam, Jalen Hurts, and RC. And it came down to really, and I'm kind of like just paraphrasing, to where Cam Newton was ranking Jalen Hurts, and you know, Ryan Clark took offense to it, and all this other stuff happened to there, how they're ranked so focused on. Yeah, and it like it always gets personal. And before we get into the other conversation that happened though, because this has happened a couple of times in the off season, because prior to this, we had the conversation with Ryan. His name is popping up a lot. And we're not trying to promote Ryan Clark, but Ryan Clark, him and RG3, Robert Griffin, came up because around the Caitlin Clark situation. And oh damn, what's her name from LSU? I had her name in my head. Angel Reese. And then you had all that stuff coming on. So the first question I'm gonna ask before we get into the other conversation: celebrity sports superstar podcasters, who are you? And the who are you what we really focusing on, because there is this thing that there's a divide between, hey, if you've never played XYZ sport, then a lot of the athletes, and I could feel the same way. I would feel the same way if they said that, you know, you don't have the right to comment on certain things because you didn't do this. But at the same time, it's also because you did that, what makes you the expert in that. This is what it comes down to. So celebrity, sports superstar, podcasters, who are you? Because there's a lot of content out there. Some of it good, some of it not so good. What do you guys got?
So on this, I think this is where people's mind is getting caught up, because you're in an age now where you're seeing a lot of, I would say, retired sports athletes, but it's not even that anymore. They could be active and they're doing it. Right. So active, retired, whatever it is, injured.
Parsons. There you go.
You know, like they're in podcasting, they're being analysts, you know, things like that. They're on celebrity shows, Dancing with the Stars, all these different type of things. They got all these different things that are going on.
Right.
And the code used to be, and I didn't like this code, but the code used to be, you know, if you're an athlete and you get out here on the TV, don't talk about other athletes. Now, that's a very fine line to walk, because the whole point of being on that TV is one word and one word only: entertaining.
Yeah.
You got to put butts in seats to watch it. And I'm not telling you to make up lies, and I'm also not telling you to sit up there and spill, what we call that locker room talk. I'm not telling you to do that, Tiki Barber. But you can come out there. You could come out there and still put together a good show, putting together your real opinion, especially from the point of view, the POV of playing in these games. And that's all Cam is doing. Whether you agree with them or not, he's entertaining because he says exactly how he feels.
Right.
And that's what I like, and that's what people are drawn to. They're drawn to, gotta say it in this way, pause, his size, you know what I mean? Like, he's always standing up, doing this, doing that.
Yeah.
He's always boisterous in his ways, and he stands firm, 10 toes down. That's it. Right. That's what it is, whether you agree with him or you don't. On the Ryan Clark side, you're seeing him out there within everybody because his voice and his opinion is so profound. There's a lot of thought most of the time that's going into it. It's a very intricate breakdown. That's why the pivot is so popular. The way that the things that they talk about it, and the way that they go about it, and the open forum that you have. That's a barbershop there. That was the old barbershop talk. Like, hey, just come on in. Doesn't matter what's going on. When you leave out, we ain't judging. You know what I mean? You never seen so many guys cry on the show. From certain words being said. Shoot, you never seen so many listeners cry watching it. Me being one of them on certain things that they talk about. So they all got their lane. The thing that starts to overstep is when one side doesn't agree with the other. The only way that you find any type of way is to, you know what? I need to downgrade you. Forget your opinion. The opinion doesn't matter anymore. Now I need to downgrade you. But now you see the uptick in views and listeners because now you got black against black, and that always sells. And that's where I say it's the fine line that they walk, because it used to just be, hey, don't talk about the other athletes this way. You were an athlete, you know how it is. Now it's more to the sense of, oh yeah, this is about to turn into drama. Oh yeah. It's reality TV. This is their new side of reality TV, and who's going to up on who. Both of them got great stories. Ryan Clark has a great story to him. Cam Newton has a great story to him. But all they're doing is expressing opinions. And that opinion, just in this sense, fell on Jalen Hurts. But a lot of people have opinions about Jalen Hurts. Cam Newton's opinion, he ain't the only one that has that opinion. It wasn't so far-fetched where it's like, nah, man, he's not that. Like, so go ahead. I don't want to talk too long on it.
I'm not. I mean, he gave an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, people are getting sensitive. Like, you could disagree.
Sensitive is a very good word.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we talk or whatever, and he like, even yesterday, Shawn gave an opinion. You know what I'm saying? We didn't agree with it or whatever. We tried to bring some facts. You know what I'm saying? Then whatever. At the end of the day, we just had to agree to disagree, right? It wasn't nothing, but it didn't get personal. It ain't like, yo, you was this and that. Like, you agree to disagree. And I'm like, I feel like everybody that went personal, even as a retaliatory shot, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, bro, like, you too old. Like, I understand from Cam to Gillie, right?
Yeah.
And I respect both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Gillie, shout out to Cam or whatever. But even for Cam, I mean, Gillie, I'm like, yo, bro, like, you ain't had to stoop down to that brother. Like, you didn't. He was wrong because he was like, and I don't know who shot first. Like, I just know that he said something about Jalen Hurts or whatever. Then what's the name came back.
Yeah.
You know,
it's Philly. You can't say nothing about a Philly player.
Yeah, and I don't.
Really
I say, I guess what I don't know, and I don't remember is if when Cam said what he said, did Gillie say something like directed towards Cam like that.
He did. He called him corny.
Okay, so yeah.
And
so
what he
that's
said,
the point.
Yeah.
So that's the point where I'm just like, all right, Gillie ain't had to go there. He expressed an opinion about a player. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's gonna be near and dear to you because you know him, and he like that's cool. But it's like you don't gotta go personal, bro. And then as a result, Cam came back, and I feel like he ain't had to go back and forth. Could just let it go. But then who are you? You know what I'm saying? And now they going back and forth, and it's unnecessary. Now to the point where, and I'm not hyping nothing up, but I'm like, yo, if they see each other, it's gonna be a misunderstanding all over.
We did have that conversation though. Like that's one misunderstanding that we ain't trying to see. Like
but it's like, but it's stupid. Both of y'all are grown ass men, and it's over sports.
Yeah,
stuff. Neither one of y'all are invested in Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? And that team, outside of maybe being a fan, all you did was just give an opinion. Like at the end of the day, motherfuckers are getting too sensitive, bro. And these are men. Men are getting too sensitive. Like I need them to chill.
You know who I blame for this? And I know he has to be sitting back and be like, "This is what I created." Stephen A. Smith. He's who I blame for all this. If you and I don't say that as a joke, like everybody giving their opinion, like he is at the head of giving those takes because everybody's in the take business, but they don't know how to. I think Dave might have said it, how to give those takes without it going too far across that line. So like, you have a love-hate relationship with Stephen A. But then some of these cats, like if they get their take off and then somebody takes it personal, then it becomes this whole other thing. Like, hey, you didn't like my take. Now I got to seed you. Like to your point, Earl. Hey, look, you didn't like my take on Jalen Hurts, and then Gillie didn't like it. So yeah, if Gillie and Cam see each other, I'm gonna have to see each other compared to.
I'll say this on what you're saying right there.
Right.
The difference is Stephen A's been doing that for so long.
Right.
He loves the love and the hate because he knows both of those things are driving views.
I think he loves the hate more.
Exactly.
He loves all of that. I'm trying to tell you. But he also knows how to move that around to cause numbers. Look, when this happens, it gets so personal. It's so far off.
Stay right there, Dave. So I'm gonna give you a great parallel to that. Stephen A knows how to drive the views and keep it like in the middle. And other people saw us, hey, I'm gonna try to do what Stephen A did, but it doesn't go the same way. You know who else is that? And then everybody else tried it and it didn't go the same route. T-Pain. What I mean, T-Pain came and he did the whole auto-tune thing, okay? And greatly successful with it. What came after that, he ushered in a sound of a bunch of auto-tune individuals, rappers, whatever you want to call it. He tried to do the thing and it did not hit the same. So much so that we had our beloved Jay-Z come out and like, hey, auto-tune is dead type. Like it's not, everybody can't do what Stephen A does. Not everybody can do what T-Pain does, because if you strip away the take part from Stephen A is still a great journalist and reporter. Strip away the auto-tune from T-Pain, that motherfucker is a great vocalist.
Yeah, I was about to say he didn't need.
Yes, what I'm saying. Like, so like, so I'm saying, like everybody can't do that.
He could hold a note.
Exactly. And you take away the take business from Stephen A. Yeah, you take away that shit though. He has relationships and he's able to give you the gritty of reporting.
This will lead it into exactly where we were going.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think T-Pain is probably one of the greatest to ever do it. Probably.
So
up there with Stevie.
This conversation, man, we were talking about this, man. And so we were talking about this conversation. And like, I'm willing to die on this hill and I'll take all the shrapnel. I will say this though, before we start, and this is probably because we were so far into the conversation. I will walk back the one comment I said about and it wasn't a comment as far as like the Lamar Jackson, who did he play? I will walk that back. I will walk that part back.
You see this, people? No, this is It's okay to put your pride to the side.
No. I will walk that part because we got into it, and I was talking about strength of schedule. But the comment that I made, and I'm gonna start, and I made a call, and I said, arguably, Cam Newton is arguably the greatest college athlete of all time, college player of all time. And my brothers looked at me like I was fucking crazy.
Football player.
Yeah, football player. I'm sorry. And they looked at me like I was crazy. Because for all the different things that we started, and some of those people that we named, actually, I made sure that they were in here, from Barry Sanders to Charles Woodson to Tim Tebow to Joe Burrow to Reggie Bush to Charlie Ward to Lamar Jackson himself. And before I get to these guys, my thing for me was, it was not and it was like, well, why didn't you say this was the best collegiate season? And then I can bore you guys with the numbers because I did all that stuff and I have it all in front of me. I'm not going to do all that. My big thing for Cam Newton, and I feel like, and this is just me, I feel like Cam Newton doesn't get that type of respect because of everything that has come with Cam Newton after college. So one thing we focus on the fact that he didn't fall on the fumble in the Super Bowl and a lot of other stuff. He's just not like everybody's cup of tea. But for those who, this was 2010, so I was 30 years old, so I'm well aware of what happened. Cam Newton, 2010. And again, all these quarterbacks in here, all these players, they had outstanding seasons. And if you look at their whole totality of their careers, it adds up. But they all had one magnificent season. Cam Newton started at Florida, was a freshman, won a national championship as a backup to Tim Tebow, went to junior college, won a national championship as a JUCO, and then he went to Auburn on a team that went undefeated. That season threw for 30 touchdowns, ran for 20 touchdowns. Prior to that, the record was by one Tim Tebow. That was 2007. And he was on an Auburn team that had nobody that was drafted to the NFL before the 4th round. And he took an Auburn team all the way to a national championship undefeated. So for me, because Earl was like, you have to add prerequisites and stuff like that. So that's the question. What's the prerequisite to it? So that's my argument with Cam Newton. Arguably, and this is what the argument is, the greatest college football player ever, based on what I just said. But go ahead. Feel free to dive into it.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, so thank you for walking that back. And I don't think nobody was like, I think for me, it was just like, all right, so when you say greatest, right? I thought it was a pretty wild statement because it was negating a lot of people that, in my opinion, should have been ahead of him, right? Mm-hmm. And again, I think in my head, I was looking at it from the stance of I had criteria in my head because when people say greatest of all time, right? I felt like the conversation it just could keep going and going,
right?
Because there's no parameters that's put on the question. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And I feel like you can't because you're going to be going at it from your angle. This person's going to be going at it from this angle. But if you set up there and you put a criteria and you say, okay, he's the greatest because he had we're talking about the best statistical year, whatever. All right, now we have some parameters to work with them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or you think about Jordan, like how many is you talking about? You the greatest because you championships. You the greatest because of impact. So it's like even talking about rappers, like are you the greatest because of the catalog, because of bars, because of cultural impact? Like the at the end of the day, you got to put parameters on it for me. So that's all I was saying. So when you talked about the greatest college I was like, nah, because I can name a bunch of. But then you had an argument. Dave had brought this point out. He was like, you had a better argument when you said, could he be the greatest, had the greatest statistical season? Like, yeah, then you could have an argument. And then I was still even like, all right, well, I felt like it was some people, but you could arguably say that. Like, that was a better argument. then we said, okay, Dave brought up Lamar Jackson. He was like, all right, he did that twice, too. And then the other part that I was saying is where I was like, I felt like he was a little far-fetched, was because when you're talking about greatest college player, that's over time. So at minimum, you talking about these college players, and this is all football. You got to be in college for at least 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like at minimum of 3 years. And I'm talking about the folks going to the NFL. Minimum of 3 years. So if you're talking anything great, you need to be getting off from the time you come in to the time you leave. Like, you can't do that one season and be called the greatest when there was people that was doing it for 3 seasons.
But that's a different. And here's the thing with that. Pass it over to Dave. That's a different conversation because most college players post probably Tim Tebow's year 2007. Most of those guys they're there for Tim Tebow was at Florida for like 3 years, and he had 2 good ass seasons, like great ass seasons. Joe Burrow was, I think, at LSU for 3 years, but he really came off that I think second or third season, and he had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, Lamar Jackson there. Like most of these guys, like if you have to go back to Barry, Charles Woodson, Charlie Ward, hell, even Reggie Bush, because those guys were there for years. But most of these new college guys, they may be there for 2 or 3 years, but they only really play for 1 year. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they only have like that Joe Burrow year. He threw total 6,000 yards, but prior to that, he didn't have no stats because I think he was behind Buddy who got drafted by Washington, who passed away, if I'm correct. And I apologize, rest in peace.
He didn't go. They went
to the same school. No, he was at Ohio State. Remember, he transferred.
He was at Ohio State.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so he was there, and then he moved on. So Dwayne Haskins. So a lot of these guys, they only really get like that one season of that big season, but they may have been with the school for 2 or 3 years, but they're backing up XYZ. Who cares? But that to your point, in that regard.
But then I would negate them from the conversation because if it's
but it gets brought up though. Like,
but listen. If I put the criteria. If I put the criteria, greatest player over time, like, and I say, you from the time you come in to the time you leave, you have to have been showing productivity or whatever, or production. Then at that point, if you only played 1 year, then I wouldn't put you in the conversation, is what I'm saying.
But why not though?
We're not gonna do this again.
No, I'm saying like if you have a person comes in,
I let everybody go. So let me just kind of get in here and say a couple things. I said it last night, and I think it was just a missing of words, and then you just stuck with the word. When you said greatest of all time, as far as college football, arguably, you could put there's no argument to me because he doesn't come up in my mind as the greatest. So even when on the arguably thing, you gotta think in your head when you say it. I go, all right. It doesn't come up in my head. Right. He had a great season. And that was a hell of a run as far as with Auburn. So you got all my respect there. And if we would have held it that season and things like that, I mean, hell, we even tried to help you when Earl was sitting back and he was like, did you mean quarterback? like he was trying to at least narrow it down.
But that's how we got into that conversation about quarterback because he was also the running back for that team too.
Yeah,
and that all those things are fine. But what I want to do, just real quickly, I'm not saying these things are the end all be all. And some of these players we never saw play. That was another thing we said in there in college. But this is what I was saying as far as when you say of all time, the disrespect does come to certain people because Jim Brown, Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson. I'm just going through a couple of these names.
Well, how about hold
on.
Let me stop you there, Dave.
Go ahead.
Are we doing that off of
you said all
what
time.
they did in their career though? Because like when you think about
I'm
talking about NFL too.
No, you said college. Said college.
College.
No, I got college. What I'm saying is the people that we're naming though, they also had
people I'm naming.
They had all prolific. They all have prolific NFL careers.
So then let me tell you something. This list. Hold on. Wait. This list. Is the top college.
Gotcha.
Football players of all time.
Right.
And I could even put it this way: Jim Brown, Syracuse, 1954 to 56. Herschel Walker, Georgia, 80 to 82. Bo Jackson, Auburn, 82 to 85. By the way, ran for over 4,300 yards.
Love it.
Earl Campbell, Texas, 74 to 77. Ran for over 4,400 yards. Over 40 touchdowns. Barry Sanders, Oklahoma State, 86 to 88. 54 touchdowns. All-purpose yards, almost 3,300.
Right.
Like these things that I'm breaking down. Some of the people that we were even bringing up yesterday on this list, Tebow, I think, was like 60 something.
Right.
But
because he goes down as like one of the most winningest as far as attitudes, stance, and things. But I didn't never looked at Tebow and go, oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. He was just a winner. He knew exactly how to win.
Right.
And I think just to add on what you said there, then my bad, you got it right back. Like
no.
It wasn't, nobody was looking, at least I wasn't looking at your productivity in NFL. Because I also said last night, I was like,
college stats.
I said some of these people that you're negating from the conversation, they weren't big names or didn't even go to college like that.
But I wasn't negating them though.
But
I wasn't negating
them. They wasn't coming up in the conversation. I'm like, yo,
that's the thing. I wasn't negating. What I said was you had a player, and you had a player. You had a player in Cam Newton. And this is what I want to make clear. You had a player in Cam Newton at the time in 2010, when now the SEC is a lot different now. The SEC was the end all be all. Like that now is a lot different now. End all be all. He went to a
SEC dog.
But it's not like the early. It's not like the early the early 2000s.
The SEC dog. Like,
and there's a lot. Okay,
it's the best conference. Is it not the best conference in football?
No.
What's the best conference?
It's not.
In college football?
Exactly. Right now, no, because it's not even the same. Because look at who's in the SEC now. SEC ain't even the same.
Okay, all right, yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the conferences are all different. Hell, you got Cal and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. 2 chips came into the Big Ten.
Right. So what I'm saying is for Cam Newton, this is during a time when Florida, mind you, we talk about Tim Tebow, and I'm not taking. I'm taking away nothing from Tim Tebow. Those 2 national championships, go look at those teams who he had on there. And I'm not taking nothing away from them. Tim Tebow alone, we know he got drafted at the end of the first round, but that motherfucker had Percy Harvin, the Pouncey twins. Goddamn, what the hell is his name? Hernandez, Jordan Reed. They had all these NFL cats who got drafted early first round. You got, if you go a little early, a little later, you got Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase. That goes without saying. Even had Edwards-Helaire on that as well. What I'm saying about Cam is when he went to Auburn, he was literally it. There is no, you have to Google the team to figure out who was on that squad. And what I said is he took that, and during that time, 2010, and this was still during the BCS time, he actually took that team undefeated, won a national championship, and also was, because you were just talking about, I think, Dave, you just read off Barry Sanders, his total touchdowns. He had 53. Cam had 53 less, playing as quarterback and running back. And I'm saying, I'm not negating anybody else. What I'm saying is he literally had nobody else. And he was built like, if you saw Cam Newton,
so when you had said that though, but when you had said that as far as nobody else, I don't want to paint the picture as if Auburn is some slacking university. Wait. So when you said the Auburn thing, you said that. Remember where me and Earl went?
Yeah.
We went and said, okay, so what about the stars in college that played at HBCUs that had nobody?
I know, I got you.
And then everything stopped. Because we're like, you want to talk about people with less?
But I mean, it's always that. But we was also talking about the fact that we were talking about players that, of course, like I had never seen. And I said that, hey, I never saw Elgin Baylor play. He got 11 championships, and we talk about that. But we know, as far as we're concerned, is Jordan is the best NBA player ever. Even though, you know, you can have a conversation with somebody who's a lot older than us. We're like, well, did you see Elgin play?
Watch this. How many yards did? Hold on. He's a quarterback, right? Just real quick. How many yards did he pass for that legendary season that you said?
I think like 2,800 yards.
Peyton Manning passed for over 11,000 yards in his career in college.
He did.
You could have Cam stay there all 4 years.
But you know what's crazy though?
Peyton Manning
and Peyton Manning still didn't win a national championship.
So now you're doing it on chip. See, that's what I say. I'm
not moving. Isn't that the same thing we do now, though? Is that not what? No. We're not gonna do that. Is that not the same thing we do with players now, though? Is what I'm saying. Like you let it.
Why I said
not for college.
This is
not
exactly
for college.
Why
I don't say nothing for no national championship.
But this is exactly what I said before. You have to make a criteria because then you start to bring up other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
it's always another criteria, though.
But you have to. You if you're gonna say the greatest of something or whatever, you got to set a criteria.
Better career in college that got more chips, so that negates everything you just said.
And then let me run this back.
Hold on.
Why is there such? And I'm gonna get. And this is why. And this is the thing. This is one of the reasons I put up. Why is that? And this is not from you guys because it's not just you. Why is there such a? And I'm not apologist for this guy at all. But you just pay attention to it. Why is there such a pushback from acknowledging Cam Newton as one of the best college players of all time? Because this is the conversation that stop, Earl. Because this is actually part of the conversation that him and Ryan Clark got into, and that's how he ended up going back and forth. Why is there such a really, really harsh pushback on?
Can I state mine real quickly and then
I'm just saying.
I just want to say,
yeah,
he is one of the most athletic beings I've ever seen touch the football.
Right.
But your position is what? Answer the question. His position is what? What was his position?
Quarterback. If that's what we're asking. Yeah.
He wasn't the best at his position. How are you talking about the greatest of all time? And he wasn't the best at his position. Like, what are we talking about?
He played two, though.
No, we're not doing that. He was not the best at his position. So when you want to go to the fact of the greatest of all time, and why I don't put him into that whole realm, he wasn't even the best at his position. That's what I'm saying to you. I go back to even we bring up Tebow and stuff like that. I didn't look at Tebow as the best to ever play in college just because he got rings since you brought that up and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he was athletic and he scored and he did both things and he threw the ball. Tim Tebow never scared me with his arm, and you found that out when he got into the NFL.
Right.
He wasn't the best at his position.
But
he was very entertaining to watch, and he had a hell of a season.
But a
hell of a year,
and
hell of a ride, and we were into that championship.
And we're talking about what is your position? That's what I'm saying. What's your position? If you're playing both, and and again, I never said
we're not doing that. He wasn't playing both. He ran the ball, but he was a quarterback. We're not doing the both thing. We're not doing that.
And I never said that he was the best quarterback. I said the best college player.
I wouldn't tell you he was both. He ran the ball. He was a mobile quarterback.
Right.
See, that's what got like Lamar in trouble when I said the whole thing about that.
But
this man's stats killed Cam's for.
But that was the
both years being put together, and then they tried to bring him into the NFL and make him
right. But at the same time that I made that argument, the first thing that was said was, but what about Lamar Jackson? His stats. I'm like, wait a minute, they played the same way, with one player not actually losing any games collegiately compared to Lamar Jackson. And so my question is, My question is, why is it that when it comes to Cam Newton, because there's actually other players too who don't get the same type of you look at them. Hey, you can look at your Art Monks of the world, and we're talking about the NFL side in this case. Why is it when it comes to Cam Newton that he does that conversation comes up?
Go to Earl because I know he's been holding.
Yeah. You're trying to paint a picture that people have an issue with Cam Newton. Which is not. Let me finish. Which is not true. So stop right there. Nobody has an issue with Cam. The reason why Cam don't come up in conversation because there's other people that you put before Cam. You know what I'm saying? Like Cam never came up in conversation as the best college football player. I ain't got no vendetta against this man, but we already pointed out statistically, right? Statistically, last night, people who were statistically better, people who had the same freaking athleticism
for more than a year,
people who had the same athletic prowess as him, if not even better. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying to say as if like, yo, people had an issue, and ain't nobody got no issue with Cam. I just don't think he was the best.
Bring up your Travis Hunter point.
So
pull up your Fox points and go look at the top 10 college football players of all time. That's one.
But you went to a side site with what?
Yeah,
no. I'm actually I just pulled it up though. So and that first thing is Fox Sports. That's one. That's what I'm saying. Like, we not top. When you say that Cam Newton part. And that's not me. I'm not Googling Fox. I'm just pulling up top college players, and they're the first one that came up. That's all I'm saying.
Good.
Like I said,
go to the Travis Hunter thing because I want to make sense with that too. Since you're talking about a hell of a year,
right?
Yeah. So I was like, when we was talking yesterday, I was like, yo, if you talking about arguably the best, because this is what your initial conversation was. You said arguably the best college football player, right? Yeah. And I was like, well, you can make an argument that Travis could be in the conversation. That's not even me saying that he is, but I said you can make an argument, and I said because he did something right that nobody did, and he did it at a high level. You understand?
Right.
He did something that nobody did. He was, and I'm not calling him this, so don't jump down on my back. He was Jordan S. Like he had some of that because of just what he was able to do. And I'm not talking about I'm just talking about what he was able to do on that field was very Jordan-esque. I ain't calling him the Jordan of football.
Right.
What Deion was able to do on it was Jordan. What Lawrence Taylor is able to do was Jordan-esque. Like some people have that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was saying that you kept saying Cam played too. No, Cam on paper is a quarterback who ran. He's a scrambling quarterback. He's not a fucking running back, dog. He ain't played two positions. He's a scrambling quarterback. Travis Hunter played two positions. He is a wide receiver and he is a cornerback. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. And that's what we was getting caught up with last night. Where he was like, "Well, he played two positions." No, motherfucker, he ran. He was.
Why gotta be a motherfucker though?
I'm sorry.
Now I gotta respond back.
Now you're buying club.
Now I gotta respond back. Yes. Cam Newton. No. Now we have to respond because I was being respectful. Cam Newton was listed as a motherfucking quarterback. Travis Hunter was listed as a motherfucking wide receiver and a defensive back. He wasn't a scrambling motherfucking quarterback for 1,400 yards. They ran him as a running back. If you go to sportsillustrated.com, since we want to talk about Fox Sports, the top 25 college quarterbacks, which I wasn't talking about Cam Newton. Number one, Joe Burrow. Number two, Cam Newton. And they were talking about quarterbacks. I said player itself. So I'm not being disrespectful to nobody. What I have felt. No, let me stop you there. And now, what I have felt during this whole conversation, I'm gonna be perfectly honest to you, my brother, and I love you. I feel like the moment I said that, I felt disrespected. I'm like, yo, I'm just giving my opinion because this is what I saw. In this case, you have a quarterback listed at, and we talking about not even a quarterback that's listed at 6'2", like your 6'3" guys. A guy that if you saw him, you're like, yo, he needs to be my defensive end or my linebacker. But he played the position as a quarterback, and they actually was their running back. And that's all I'm saying.
Goddamn year.
What I'm saying is, Shawn, answer this question.
That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
What was his position? What was Cam Newton's position?
He was listening to quarterback, bro. You got it.
Thank you.
Listen to quarterback.
He's a quarterback, bro. Was he listed as one of the best running back in the college? Like
you got it. You got it. But your same thing is like
this is a fact, though. I mean,
but it's no difference. Game is like, well, what about Lamar Jackson? He was listening as a quarterback too.
But nobody called him a running back.
No. Number one, I never sat back and said Lamar Jackson was the greatest.
No, I did not say that. When I said we was having a conversation,
wait. The only reason I brought up Lamar is because then you started saying stats this and stats that, and I was like, he didn't even have the best year out of quarterbacks.
Because I also made like, I was also because what was being negated out of the conversation was the fact that yes, everybody was talking about stats this, stats that, but I was like, okay, let's look at the teams that they played with, and this is the thing that gets glossed over. That Auburn team, you can say what you want. There is no other player.
We can say he did it for 1 year. So what are we talking about?
So if you did it for 1 year, and you had
you're the greatest of all time.
I said that argument because you took a team. Like what are we talking? Even in the cases where we're talking about, even when you talk about for the longest time,
I wasn't even saying Travis Hunter, but Travis Hunter was the greatest at both the positions he played that year. So how you gonna say?
And I wasn't even talking about. I was talking about that. When you're looking at a player, so because one, what he actually achieved during that time as well. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
He ain't win no bowl game.
Who didn't win a bowl game?
Travis Hunter didn't win a bowl game.
He didn't. No, he didn't. And I was talking about for like I'm saying this what was achieved by this quarterback.
The last point,
that's all I'm saying, bro.
Just to add on to you,
that's all I'm saying.
The last point I was gonna say with this, right? When you keep saying he ain't have nobody, right? Again, I would ask, what is that?
Did not have
anybody. No, but listen. What does that mean when you say he didn't have anybody? Are you saying
no? What I said was,
let me finish so you can answer the question.
Go ahead.
Are you saying because those guys didn't go to the league?
They had no,
or they wasn't because they didn't go to the league, or was they just not productive?
They had no NFL talent that was drafted, especially on the skills player size, before the 5th round, and even then they weren't.
But does that mean that you can't be productive? You gotta go to NFL to be productive on the field,
bro. Come on now. Seriously.
No, that's I'm saying that's what I'm asking. Like,
so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though. So if you look at a play like a Joe Burrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great statistical college season, and the 2 receivers that he was throwing to was one Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and we knew that before they even got to the league. We didn't have to talk about the league. And if you take any other quarterback and they don't have that, yes, it's still your job to get that ball to. But you had those 2 guys. That's all I'm saying.
But here's the difference, right?
That's all I'm saying.
My bad. This is the last one. My bad, Dave. But here's the difference. I'm just trying to get you to think when you say he had nobody, because you're equating it to nobody meaning like going to the league. What I'm saying is,
I'm saying is he literally had to put that team on his back.
You can't. But here's my thing: in football, one person can't take over and win the game by themselves. It's impossible. It's impossible. Basketball, you can do that. When Jordan came in the league, he had nobody, like literally nobody. That's a sport where you could take over the game by yourself. Football is 2 different sides of the 2 different sides. So unless you're playing both,
go watch the 2010 Auburn season and come back to me, please.
So Shawn, you're telling me that there's
go watch the 2010 Auburn game. Actually, go watch the game that they played against South Carolina.
You're telling me that there's one player, right, in football that you could put on the team that can take over the whole game. That's all I'm saying.
Earl, all I said was go watch Go watch the South Carolina game, 2010 Auburn versus South Carolina.
I watched Cam when he was in school. I'm just asking you that question.
Okay, you got you.
And
I gave you my answer though. I gave you my answer. I know it is not customary that it happens in football. That's what I'm saying. Go watch the 2010 Auburn season. Go watch specifically the South Carolina game versus Auburn. And this is no different than if I was alive during that time. You can go back and say, hey, go watch Barry when he was at Oklahoma State. Pick a school. That's all I'm saying.
The only person I felt like that actually had the based off of my definition, because you got to play both sides, that had the ability to do something like that was Travis Hunter. Who else? Maybe Deion Sanders. Who else? Maybe Woodson. Because you got to play both sides to be able to sit up there and say that in football. That's all I'm saying, bro. You could take over the game and on the offensive side, but he don't touch defense. So how could you sit up here and say he could take over the, like, I'm talking literal. Like, you can't take over the game in football. Like, you can't do that. One person cannot do that, dog.
Oh, wait, no, they can. And I will tell you why. Even though they ain't win that game, go watch Michael Vick against Florida State in that game, even though they lost that game.
What are he doing on defense?
We're just talking about the person taking over a game. That's what we're talking about.
I understand.
That's all I'm saying.
If you're going to take over the game in football, you got to play both sides. So what did he do on defense?
Gotcha. You got to have what's that word you said? You got to have criteria.
I'm just going off of what you said.
I'm saying you got to have criteria, right?
To take over a game, he could take it over offensively, but is there the two sides of the ball, right?
Got to have criteria.
Ain't it two sides?
If that drive is 12 minutes, and you're only playing on one side,
but the defense got to eventually come on the field, don't they? And they got to do their job, right?
Gotcha.
I'm asking you a question,
and I'm giving you the answer. I'm giving you the answer.
I'm done. So
I we just have to agree to disagree.
I think the sense can't be made at this point. So I'm past all.
But
I don't know how somebody's the greatest of all time from one season. You're not gonna get me on that.
Hey, don't leave that arguably out. Don't leave that argument out. Don't do that.
There's no argument.
But there's no hate.
There's no argument.
There's no Cam hate. I just want there's no Cam hate. I'm not.
He had a great season.
I don't have no Cam hate. Cam was a phenomenal football player.
That 1 year.
Let's go. This is the Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Shawn, Earl, Dave. College football 26 is well underway as far as on the video game. As of right now, I have been fired from my coaching aspect of being in Miami, and that probably negates everything I just said on this show tonight. But I want to get a feedback because we didn't have a initial, how we feel about. We're 2 years in now. 2 years in now since college football has made its way back. The first year, everybody was excited, but I will say it did take its lumps. But the second year, they came back with a bang, and this will be our first time saying, how do you feel about college football? Its resurgence since 10 years now? I guess 2012 was the last one, right? Was that the last college football one we got before?
I don't know.
Yeah. How do you feel? How we feeling about the game itself, the experience, and everything? I mean, outside of the fact that you can't export your draft classes, that's some shit, NIL, yada. But how we feeling?
Nah, I mean, I definitely loved it last year to just have that extra access into the college side of things. But then I feared that it would be so similar this year, and honestly, you can see where they stepped up game. So they are definitely doing what they need to do. And then my third part of it, which I'll lead into on my video game side of things, is what I wanted them to do is put so much pressure on Madden's back as far as the game to push them to start updating a whole lot better too. And I'll go over some things with that soon in Video Game Corner. But yeah, I mean, as far as 26, it's on point.
Yeah, I agree. 26 is It's just a continuation of what they did, last year. And I'm glad that, because sometimes when you come out with a bang like that, it's like they do extra stuff to make it worse, and they didn't. They actually made it better. You know what I'm saying? It's growing. So, even like little intricate stuff, like with us, we play the season. So little intricate stuff that we see, like for example, just with the points for the coach. Like last year, you max out very quickly. You know what I'm saying? This year, now you got a little bit more autonomy to spread, those points out. So just little stuff like that. That
game in general is tougher.
Yeah, the game. Yep. Now, are there some kinks that just with anything, it's still fairly new? Are there kinks that need to be worked out? Absolutely. But overall, they did their big one. I ain't mad.
I'll say that all the details they got covered, except for, and this is only because I fast forwarded to see what the experience was like. When I first got the game, I guess it's been like a month or so now, and you can play the quick play, and you can decide whether you want to play a night game, you want to play a bowl game, whatever. So I picked, you can go in and pick if you want to play the national championship game. So I wanted to see what the celebration was like, and I didn't like it. Like, I know you haven't won it. I know you haven't won it. I haven't won it either. It lacks, like, doing everything you did. Just think about how we recruit now. You build up your squad, go win your bowl, you go through the playoff, and then you get to the championship thing, and it's like underwhelming. That's what I got from it. And I don't want to spoil it or what it is, but I wanted to see what it was, because that's a big thing. So like we always used to talk about, especially on the Madden side, how the franchise mode was lacking, because there were certain intricate things that we would look for. The big thing for them, we got the recruiting part, cool. We got this, we got building up your team and yada yada yada. But when you get to that final game, you want to feel like, hey man, like I really did something. And then I did. So I did, you can pick it in the quick play. And when I did it, I was like, from the commentators to the whole presentation, that's what I got out of it. Like, it was not, I hate to spoil it, what I'll say, but it wasn't nothing. It kind of like, what it reminded me of when we played Madden, and when you won the Super Bowl, it was like it wasn't. I feel like they're missing that one part, and I don't know why that's not important, but that's like a big thing. Like, and maybe that's just the way that we play, because we put so much time into building up our teams, and we're probably more invested in it than some other people who don't think about that. But it just didn't have the same energy that I thought that it deserved when it came to that. Like, that's just me. That's just me. Let's get into some, because you kind of like prelude to it. Let's get into some video game corner, and then we can go in.
Video game corner.
Okay.
Yep. So got Madden 26 rolling out pretty soon. I believe the early release is going to be August 11th. The actual release for everyone else is on the 14th. And learning from Earl, I believe, what did we say? The 7th.
Yeah.
If you got the one that's
the
probably
ultimate thing. Yeah, the ultimate shit.
And
like that's
you can get it a week early. Have fun with that.
I don't know if you want all that. Yeah, I mean, you do get the real dope thing, but you don't buy the game in a hard copy annieanymore. So it's like,
I don't need it. Thank you. Take that down. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Appreciate it.
Sorry.
So some of the things that we have going on, I'm going to highlight the certain thing that we were just talking about. Some of the additions to the franchise mode for Madden 26. So one of the first things is the halftime show with real highlights and social integration. So that's going to be dope. Feel like it's in real time. Let's see. Number 2, which I really didn't know about. Watch your friends' highlights live in multi-user.
That's what we've been asking for, man.
Bro.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
So they said that's in there.
Thank you.
That's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Number 3, pretty awesome. Scott Hansen as the halftime report host.
Gotta love it.
For Red Zone.
Gotta love it.
Number 4, on-demand weekly recap with game highlights.
Mm-hmm.
I did see this actually live. Number 5, heavier weather. There are some snow and rain storms.
Shout out to Buffalo.
Bro, I am telling you, one of those snowstorms, I couldn't even see the player. It was so hard to see the player. And I was like, damn, it's going to be like that.
Yep.
That one where they ran it the whole game.
Can't see nothing at all. Yeah.
So that's going to be something. So choose your team's location wisely.
I love it. I love it.
Number 6, 3 unique broadcast packages for primetime games. So you were just talking about the end of NCAA football as far as winning the championship. They said what they focused on for Madden for each week, especially when you're playing whole seasons, for each week to feel different all the way up into going into the game. You will know if you have a Thursday night game. You will know if you have a Sunday night game or if it's a daytime game. You'll see a whole different setup. You'll see a different broadcasting crew. So Thursday night, Brandon Gowden and Charles Davis. Sunday night, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Monday night is Kate Scott and Brock Howard. So, just to have something different going on, I like that part of it. Number 7, massively upgraded team builder with logos, relocations, and uniforms. Number 8, wear and tear system tracks every hit and adds strategic depth.
Got that from
this in the college football.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You really notice it once you really start playing and Road to Glory. Bro, you think that your guy's about to die. You're choosing very wisely if you're going towards academics or if you're going towards your actual health, because you might not make it to the next game.
Wow.
Number 9, dynamic injury recovery windows instead of fixed timetables. So if I'm reading this right, imagine if it's like this, this will be bad for you, but it's real. Let's say if it's happening and then all of a sudden you have a setback.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to come back that next week. You got a setback. That'd be something. And then I'll stop here. Number 10, trainers now have abilities that affect recovery and risk. So once again, choose wisely your staff. Those are just a couple of things. There's a whole lot more, but I'm excited for it. I've already pre-ordered. I bundled it with the college football 26. So yeah, I'm ready, man.
I love it, man. You know what? One thing I want to, and I don't know how you can become one of these people. I want to be a tester for Madden. And the reason I say this is because I watched the video and it was showing, it might have been a couple of years ago. It had Mike Tirico and I forget who he was with. And they were like doing their commentating and they're commentating on the game. But I feel like you need somebody who plays the game with particular teams specific to how they play. Like there's no better way to know how a team plays than an actual fan. Like I know when I am playing with the Commanders, what you get out of me. You know this. You know, and there's and then for you guys, what you guys are being Giants fans. I don't know if this is, and I don't know. And EA has done, I will give them credit. They have done a lot better with taking in fan suggestions. And this is how we get all this stuff. But bringing in people, I know they have the Madden tournaments and all this new stuff. No, bring in people who actually plays and utilize the players how they should be utilized. And then incorporate that with Tirico and those guys, because it just makes for such a really dope.
Gives you a better product.
Yeah, because you can really, and then too, and they'll never bring it back. And I said this years ago. If your team is ass, I don't want to see a full stadium. Simple as that. Like they do that in college. I know I'm right now, I'm playing on Road to Glory. I play for FIU. Bro, we got 15 people in them stadiums. We ain't got nobody in the stands. But I remember years ago that they used to be like, if you were getting blown out or if your team wasn't good, the stands around Madden, you wouldn't have a lot of people in the stands. Yeah. And then there was this rumor, air quotes for people who listening on Apple and Spotify and whatever you listen to, it is that the owners were like, we didn't want our teams to be presented like this in the game, which is fucking stupid as shit. So now, no matter what your team is, they always got full stands. What? I'm a Commanders fan. Right. We weren't good until last year. We were 4-12 the previous season. Get the fuck out of here. So I want them to bring that back. But again, I don't know if the NFL is like, nah, we don't want to see that. Like, give me that. We doing it. We see it in 2K. If you play, if your team is ass, and you're a Wizards fan, like I am, you ain't got nobody in the stands, bro. Like I'm just saying.
And you know what? To make it even more realistic, all right, cool. You want to make it really realistic? Put people in the stands, but just if you got a home game and you trash, make the visiting team have more fans because that's realistic.
Imagine.
It is.
Imagine you're in there, like the effect that you get,
right?
In college football, and you're in the visiting joint, and you're the one being affected.
Right.
Yeah.
At your own house.
Imagine if I'm playing whichever one of y'all got the Giants. I'm playing the Commanders. And let's go not this season, but the previous season before. And we're playing, I got the Commanders. And we're playing at home. I'm playing you or Dave. That's and great. You hear in the stands, let's go Giants. Yeah. Bruh, and then you got the little squiggly line shit.
Yeah, with the line.
Stuff like that's what I'm saying. That's hard, bro. Like
that's
hard. Yeah, that's hard. Like that's what you want. That's why.
That's copywritten by the Hot Seat Podcast.
Thank you very much for pointing that out. That is why, and that's one of the reasons why. To our point, to the point is a lot of folks don't go to stadiums anymore. They stay home because they want the experience. They want the commentators. They want the graphics and everything else. That's one thing I do miss, even though I love when we go to games. That's the one thing that you do miss when you're at the game. Like you don't get to hear the Scott Hansons of the world, the Mike Tirico, like those big catches. You don't get to hear that because the guy in stadium is typically ass. I ain't gonna lie. Like you get the roar of the crowd, but you don't get like
I prefer the in person though, because I don't need all the extra. That's just me.
Bruh. But look, imagine. I know it felt different, but imagine the infamous catch by Odell Beckham. I know it was bananas in the stadium, but listening to what is their name? The who was his name?
We did lose.
No, I said we lost.
No. I know, but the NBC broadcast when they're breaking down the catch, it's just those types of things.
But but think about it, because me and Dave went to an iconic game, right? With an iconic play.
Right.
We was at the Jets and Giants game when Victor Cruz when he had that like 90-yard run. And keep in mind that was a home game for the Jets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't a home game because we were sitting
whatever that means.
But we were surrounded by nothing but Jets. And I remember being in there and remember the dude that kept farting. He was like, what the fuck is that? Yo?
Yeah.
Like, which is crazy. You know how funky your farts gotta stink.
Oh my god.
So it was cold as
we went a whole different way with this.
Nah, it was cold as fuck.
Really did.
Like, it was cold as fuck, and we smelled that shit. But
he's still there.
I say all that to say is like to witness that in person, bro. Yo, to me it doesn't equate. Like if I saw that on TV, it don't hit the same seeing that shit in person.
I got you. I'm with you.
And even having all of them pissed and feeling that, like that hit different.
That's the equivalent to us going to the game before we transitioned to not so breaking news. When we went to the game where y'all were in the playoffs and we had Kirk Cousins and y'all were like, hey, Kirk, we want you guys to go in the playoffs too. And Kirk was like, nah, we cool. And I'm going to throw this dumbass interception. And I throw it. And we were sitting in the stands at the end. It was like, yo, he dead ass is just going to throw this game. Like as the young kids would say, he sold that game. I hate it. That is so much, man. Let's get some not so breaking news because I'm starting to get upset now. Let's go.
Not so breaking news.
Not so breaking news, man. So this is one that I'm sorry, guys. I feel like this is going to hit home for you guys both from being up top. So if you guys hadn't seen, there is going to be a Timberland Sonic the Hedgehog collab. So, and this is according to Complex and a bunch of other places. So only 30 pairs of this Sonic and Timberland boots are being released. So Sega will open their doors to its first flagship store in Japan this week. And to celebrate, it has tapped Timberland to create a very limited Sonic the Hedgehog themed 6-inch boot shown here, which I'm actually going to pull that up for you guys in just a minute. But it's pretty much, it's just the wheat Tim. It is the wheat Tim that they are doing as a collab for Sonic the Hedgehog and Timberland, bro. And I said that, and I apologize. I didn't mean to stereotype, but you know, wheat Tim, they go hard in New York, New Jersey, and those places there. So they decided to stamp Sonic on the side with the wheat Tim. And my question is, if this was become available, would you guys get it?
Hell no. That is nasty work. Let me explain something to you. Yo,
that's not even exclusive.
It's not. And
you
then
can do that at home.
I'm done.
Right.
When you have, and I say this with all respect, Jersey, New York, Philly. I mean, I feel like the up top areas, right? Maryland,
right?
Not so much. Even though I feel like I'm gonna give DC their credit because DC been wearing Timbs.
I think we do Nike boots down here, bro.
Yeah, but nah, if you want to take it back, DC was wearing Timbs like back in the 80s.
Yeah, true story facts.
I'm gonna look that up. But
yeah, with the color, they're gonna tell you.
Yeah, but I felt like it got popularized up here, right? But anyhow, you don't do. It's only 2 colors you can wear. It's the butters or the black joints. And it's very specific. It's not single sole. They got to be double sole. And then finally, yo, how you tie them shits? You can't be choking them shits. So, like,
this really got real.
Nah, because I'm like, really so I say all this shit to say, all this extra shit is the dignity of simplicity. All of this extra shit on the boot is nasty. Like, it's disgusting. Like, put that in your sneakers, not on Tim. Just keep it classic.
Oh, I forgot to give you guys a price. $260 is what they're going for.
The fuck the shit, the double. I'm already mad that Tim's cost about $200 now. Now, do I pay for them $200? No. But I'm already tight that they $200. I just get mine.
Yeah, I'll go get. Can't say he went down. I'll go get some blue laces, and I'll go get a little Sonic stamp and be like,
there you go.
That's really it, man. Like I don't even like the blue laces is what throws me off.
Time on that.
Like
the Sonic sound and the blue laces, all that.
Yeah, like that's what we're doing now. I didn't know that Timberland was still releasing stuff. Like I know they were still available. I didn't know they were still releasing stuff. I didn't know that.
I really feel like Tim's is only still going well because of Black Fold.
Yeah, and now they're going to the Sonic side. So now like Japan is doing that thing. Oh man, this is a Hot Seat Podcast with your boy Shawn Earl Day. That struck a nerve all the way through. Again, man, we want to thank our newest partner, man, DUBBY Energy Drink. Of course, man, make sure you guys check out the link in the bio. To start, go ahead and get you a sample pack, man. 3 different flavors, man. Go ahead and get you the DUBBY shaker bottle as well that comes with it. Get 10% off when you enter the Hot Seat Podcast at checkout, the official partner of the Hot Seat Podcast. So thank you. And thank you. No sugar, no jitters, none of the other weird stuff there. So, you know, it's what it is. Of course, this podcast wouldn't be what it is if we hadn't taken our Xbox Live chat over to the podcast space and created this excellent podcast to what we have right now. So, of course, you can find us on our Xbox Live ads. Question before I even give mine at, have you guys looked in your messages and seen the amount of people that have added you as their friends? Have you seen that shit? Have you been getting a bunch of like spam type stuff? Or no?
No,
it's just me. Yeah, I looked at it the other day because I was literally trying to find the message that Davis sent me when he sent me. It said, "Put me in, coach," and it showed Willie Beeman throwing a touchdown.
Willie Beeman.
The message, I went through it. I'm like, who is all these people who added me on Xbox Live? There's a bunch of people like, I want to play, yada yada yada. I'm like, I don't know who these fucking people are. I just challenge people. But again, man, you can find me at Sanatu X, man, on Xbox Live. I am actively playing College Football 26. Can't wait for Madden to drop. Playing that 3 days early. Shout out to City Skylines, who still continue to promote a game that has all types of bugs, and I'm just upset about that all the way through.
You ain't never going to let that shit like.
I'm not going to let this shit ride, but I did get my airport though. It took me 4 years to get my airport for this city that I've been building for 4 years, and I finally got it, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Like 4 years in real life, or 4 years
in real fucking life, bro. I've been building this metropolis for 4 straight years, and yeah, I finally got an airport. So Sanatu X on Xbox Live, you can find us, and for you guys know, we will be streaming more of our matchups. Thank you for everyone who tapped in to our last Twitch stream, which was Earl and I. We're going to work on that audio aspect, but I did see you guys. We did have quite a few people who tapped in. So
as long as y'all just saying, as long as y'all seen the dub, that's all that matter. You know what I mean?
It's always that one guy. Yeah, Sanatu X, man. What you got, man?
Girl, you go next.
NJ Fatboy 973. You know what I mean? Shit, just playing college football. I'm debating if I'm gonna get Madden.
He gonna get Madden, guys.
I probably am. But
he is.
Yeah.
Should have got the bundle. Could have saved you about $20. But
I should have. But I really was like, I'm good, because I'm gonna be tight if the shit. Because literally last year I paid for it, and I could count how many times I played that thing.
Yeah, they competing against college football, so they got to be good.
Yeah, and I'm good with college football. Like I'm straight with that.
And what you got, Storyteller?
The Storyteller. More than games, I didn't want to end this way. But deep prayers go out to my boy Troy Turner. If you all that's listening know that name, and gentlemen, if you know that name, if you remember, that's my boy that lost his kids over 10 years ago, and they still never found the kids, and his wife at the time has been in prison, but avoiding pretty much trial as far as her ways of getting around a case because of, they're saying, mental instability. Well, over 10 years later, she has now been re-indicted for the murder of these 2 kids, to the point that they found out new information of her sharing information in prison that she strangled them. So, and there's some other information that was just shared, like just today. So, he's still dealing with that. I speak to him here and there because we also do some business together on the real estate side. But yeah, man, just to go that amount of time, over a decade, not knowing the well-being of your kids, and still not knowing, because she could just be saying certain things. So my prayers definitely go out to him and his family. And just 2 things: take a good look at this system, man, because the fact that you can really maneuver around for over a decade and not stand trial for this is crazy to me. But it's not surprising, which is crazy. And then number 2, man, just hold your loved ones tight. You just don't know, man. You just don't know. We take a lot of things for granted, and we call this, the podcast with dads with mics. Just hold them tight, man. That's it.
It's the hot seat, man. Peace.
The hot seat.